So hello and welcome to this Adobe Animate tutorial. Today we are going to create this little HTML5 animated banner, and right now you can see what we are going to be doing. One thing that I want to mention at the beginning is that in this tutorial I am not going to show you how to prepare banners like this for the Google Ads, but I am going to provide a link in the description for the tutorial where I am showing that. And also I created a very similar tutorial in Adobe After Effects as a video, and I am going to put also that in the description. But yeah, this is what we are going to be doing, and right now we can start. Alright, so right now I'm on the site Freepik, and I'm going to put the link in the description, and I'm also going to provide you the Illustrator file that we are going to very quickly create right now. So if you want to skip this part, you can go directly to the Adobe Animate, but yeah, all you need to do is click download, then go with pre-download and just save this. I will hit cancel because I already saved this. And on the Freepik, if you want to use this commercially or maybe even not commercially, you will have to attribute the author, or you can go premium, but it's very cheap. But yeah, right now I will go to the place where I have my zip file, and let me delete this like so, and you are going to have a zip like this, and all you need to do is right click and choose extract here, and then double click on this AI or on the EPS file, and it is going to open you this in Adobe Illustrator. I am going to have some kind of warning about missing fonts, but I don't mind, so I'm just going to hit close. If you're going to have any issue, you can just open the Adobe Illustrator and drag this like so. Now I will create new document, Control N, Command N, or File New, and I am going to go with 800 by 500. This is not the size for the Google Ads, but this is just an example. I want this to be pixels, RGB 72, and so on. You can choose any width and height, but later on in Adobe Animate you should go with the same width and height. But yeah, I am just going to click create, and yeah. Now I will go to the original document. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this bicycle and I will put it away. I will click on this motorbike, I will put it away, and I will click on this one and I will put it away, because right now I would like to group this background together. Because if I'm going to click on this and I will try to drag this, I can see that not all parts are connected. So what I want to do is select everything, and I can right click and choose group, or you can go with Ctrl G, Command G, and now I'm going to drag this to the new document that I have created, and yeah. I'm going to zoom out with Alt and or Option and mouse wheel. You can align this to the center with the Align tool, but I am just going to make this approximately with my arrow, something like this. And I am going to scale this with the Shift to stay proportional, and Alt or Option to go from the center, so maybe something like this, and OK. And now I will go to the initial document, and I am going to click on this one, and I am going to drag it to the new document that we have created, and with the Shift I am going to scale this little bit like so, something like this. Now I would like to flip this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, I will go to the transform, I will go to the reflect, and I am going to choose not horizontally but vertically and the 90-degree angle. You will have to have this preview to see this, but I just want to flip this. We can do the same thing in Adobe Animate, I will show you, but yeah, I will just click OK, and yeah. Now this text, the delivery is going to be reversed, but I would like to get rid of this anyway, so I am going to double click on this one, and right now I am going to be able to delete the text, because I want to create my own text anyway. And now what I can do is, what I need to do is I will go to the layers. If you cannot see layers or anything, you can go to the window and you can get it, but yeah, your Adobe Illustrator may look different, but I have everything, not everything, the both thing in the layer 1, and what I want to do is I want to distribute them to the layers. So I will click on the layer 1, I will go to these 3 lines, I will go to the release to layers, and right now I am going to select both of these layers, drag them outside of the layer 1. Layer 1 is right now empty. I can delete this, and yeah. Now I can save this, and I will provide you this, but keep in mind that I don't own this, so you will still have to attribute the author. I am just going to provide you this to make this little bit more simple, and yeah, I am going to call this to be delivery, and I am going to click save, and in here I do not want to change anything, so I will just click OK. And now I will go to the Adobe Animate, and I am going to create a new file, and I will go with the same width and height. So I have this as 800 by 500. But if you have something different, it's like the best to have the Illustrator file and Adobe Animate file the same width and height. I want this to be HTML5 canvas, frame rate is fine as a default, and I'm just going to click create, and now I will go to the place where I have the Illustrator file that I have created, and I am going to drag it to the Adobe Animate, and in here I do not want to change anything, so I want this to be as it is. You may have some warning about some blending modes, maybe potentially because Adobe Animate don't support all of the blending modes, but that's fine. But I'm just going to click import, and this is what we are going to have. The first thing that I want to show you is that if you had maybe some kind of issues with flipping this one in the Adobe Illustrator, in the Adobe Animate, you can click on this, you can right click, and you can go to the transform, and you can go with flip horizontally like so. So yeah, but I will go back like this. Now what I want to do is I need to convert both of them to the symbols, so I will click on the one, I will go with F8, or you can go modify, convert to symbol, and I can call this to be one, for example. I want this to be movie clip, and I am just going to click OK. And the same thing for the background, so I will click somewhere on the background, and I'm going to go with F8, and I'm going to call this to be BG, and I'm going to click OK. Now I am going to duplicate the background. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to, you can zoom out a little bit with Control N or Command and mouse wheel, and I'm going to hold Alt or Option to duplicate this, and I'm going to drag, and I'm also going to hold Shift to stay on the same line, and I'm going to duplicate it maybe like so. If you cannot see things outside of the stage, clip content outside of the stage, but yeah. And now I'm going to duplicate this one more time, so one more time Alt or Option and Shift, and yeah. Now temporarily I will hide the one, and I can also lock this. I do not need to lock this if I hide this, but yeah. And I'm going to select all of the backgrounds. I will go with F8, and I'm going to call this to be all BGs like so, or anything, and I'm going to click OK. Now I am going to show and unlock the one and yeah, and I'm going to extend the timeline for both of them. So I will go maybe to frame 200, and I'm going to click F5, or you can right click insert the frame, and on the, let me rename the layer, so this is going to be BG, and this one is going to be 1 like so, and I will go on the BG layer, and I'm going to create new keyframe, F6, or right click insert the keyframe, and on this keyframe with my shift and arrows I am going to put it to the left. So yeah, it can take few moments, but yeah, something like this. And now I will go anywhere in between these two keyframes. I will right click and choose create classic twin, and right now I am going to have the animation, and I can go with Control Enter, Command Enter to see this in the browser, and this is what we are going to have. If you want, you can like scale the one, so I can go with Q, free transform tool, or in here, and I can scale this up or down. That's up to you. But one thing that I want to say, this tutorial is not about that, but I can go to the file, and I can go to the publish settings, and if you are going to have any issues with the vectors, that your vectors are going to be displayed in a wrong way or something like this, that it can happen, it's always good to go from texture to the sprite sheet, because when you are on the texture, Adobe Animate sometimes create the weirdness with the vectors. So I'm going to change it to the sprite sheet, and I'm just going to click OK. I have tutorials about these publish settings in details, so yeah. Right now, if I go with Control Enter, Command Enter, this is what we are going to have. If you want to make this animation to be quicker or slower, what you can do very simply is, if you want to have this quicker, you want to put the the keyframe somewhere here maybe, and right now the animation is going to happen in less time. Or if you want to make this slower, you will have to put this maybe somewhere here like so. But in that case you want to also extend the one like so. But yeah, I am going to keep this to be 200, and yeah, now we are going to animate the one. So at the beginning, for example, I can go to frame 40 and I'm going to create new keyframe F6. I will go to the initial keyframe, and with the shift and left arrow I am going to put it outside of the stage. I am going to right click, create classic twin, and I'm going to have this kind of animation. I can go with Control Enter, Command Enter, and this is what I'm going to have. But I would like to create some kind of easing. I do not want to have easing for the background. The background I want to have the linear animation, the same speed, same time. But I will go to the one keyframe, the keyframe on the one layer, and I will go to the classic ease, and I'm going to choose easy out, and basically this is going to make the animation at the beginning quicker, and it is going to slow down to the end. There are some other options, but I would like to go with the first one, and I'm going to double click, and right now the one is going to slow down a little bit when it's going to come to this point. But yeah, what I would like to do is I would like to go maybe with this keyframe to frame 55, so I want this animation to be a little bit slower, so maybe something like this, but this depends on you. And now we are going to create the same thing for the end, so I will go maybe somewhere here like so, and I'm going to create new keyframe, or somewhere here F6, and I will have to create the keyframe at the end. So one more time F6, and on the keyframe at the end with my shift and right arrow I'm going to put this away like so. And I'm going to right click, I'm going to choose create classic twin, and we are going to have the animation that the one is going to go away. And one more time I would like to have the easing, but right now the opposite easing, so I will go to the classic ease, and I do not want to have right now easy out, because this is going to like start quickly and slow down at the end, but I would like to have easy in, and this is going to start slowly and it is going to accelerate. So I would like this, so when the one is going to go away, it is going to start like slowly, and then it is going to accelerate on its way away. Now I have this in here, these additional frames. What I would like to do is I would like to select them, but not the keyframe, but one frame after the keyframe. With the shift select this, right click and choose remove frames, but yeah. So if I go with Control Enter, Command Enter to see this, we are going to have the one which is going to come. And then after a few moments it is going to go away like so, and by default this is going to be looping. Now what I would like to do, this is like optional, but maybe I can go somewhere here, and I'm on the one, and I'm going to create new keyframe F6, and I will go maybe 3, 4, 5 frames more, I don't know, F6, and I am going to go with shift and arrow up, and I'm going to move this up like so, and then I'm going to duplicate the initial keyframe with the alt or option like so. And right now I will select this, I will right click, and I'm going to choose create classic twin, and basically this is just going to create this little jump, like the road is not the perfect, so we are going to have this kind of jump like so. That's really optional, but yeah, I'm going to do this. So I'm going to right now duplicate the whole animation, so I am going to hold alt or option, and I'm going to duplicate it somewhere here, and maybe one more time I can duplicate this, so maybe like so. So basically right now we are going to have these little jumps. As I said, this is something that you do not need to do, but if you want to make this little bit like more funny, you can have this. Now the last thing that I'm going to show you is if I would like to have some kind of text in here on the one. Right now it is going to be a little bit issue on the main timeline. So what I can do is I can try to create new layer. I can call this layer to be txt, for example. And right now I'm on the frame 55, where is my one, and I can get the text tool. I have some font, the laptop, but this is not really important. I want to have black color, but that's also really optional. But I am just going to zoom in, and I'm just going to click, and I'm going to call this to be delivery, for example, and like so. But right now the issue is that let me go back one more couple of times like this, okay, because I would like to be on the txt layer. So one more time I'm going to get the text tool, and I'm going to go ahead and one more time go with something like delivery. But right now the issue is going to be that the text is going to stay on the same place, like it's not going to go with the one. And in the Adobe Animate, at least in the HTML5 document, we don't have like the options for the parenting. There are some options in the action script document, but I never use this. But what we can do is we can delete this in here, and we can go to the inside of the one. So I'm going to click on the on this keyframe, and in here I'm going to double click on the one. And right now I'm in the scene 1 in the 1, and in here I have this layer like so, and I'm going to create new layer, and I'm going to call the layer to be txt. And right now I can get the text tool, and I can type in here something like delivery, for example. And yeah, and I'm going to scale this down a little bit like so, so maybe something like this, okay. But yeah, I'm not going to play with this. And right now the text is going to be inside of the one, so it is going to be always on the same place. So where is the one? So yeah, we are going to have something like this. And the last thing, but this is like really last thing, is I will show you how you could like animate the text if you would like to have some other text in there. So my main timeline is going to have 210 not 210 200 frames. Your timeline can be different, but yeah. But what I'm going to do is I will go to the place on this keyframe where the one is like so, and I'm going to double click, and right now I am going to extend the timeline, the nested timeline of the one to be the same 200. So I will go to the 200, and I'm going to select this, and I will go with F5. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this delivery text to the symbol. So I will go with F8. This is going to be txt1, for example, and I'm going to click OK. And now I can go to the scene 1, and for example I would like this text to disappear on frame 90 and other text to appear. So what I'm going to do is inside of this new timeline, I will go to frame like maybe 90, and I'm going to create new keyframe F6, and I will go to maybe frame 100 F6, and I am going to put this delivery with the shift and up arrow up a little bit like so, and I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to go to the color effects, and I'm going to change the alpha to be 0, and I'm going to create classic twin. So basically I'm just going to animate this up like so, and the opacity is going to go away. We can go with some kind of easing. I can go like with the easy in, but this is like optional, so this is just going to start slowly, and then it is going to accelerate. But yeah, so right now if I go with the Control Enter, Command Enter, we are going to have this like so, and then the text is going to like animate away, and we can animate some text in. So I can create new layer. I can call this to be txt number 2, for example. I am going to get a text tool, and I'm going to for the moment hide the delivery text, and I'm going to type in here like 24 hours like so, or I don't know. This is just an example, as I said. And yeah, so something like this. And right now I'm going to convert it to the symbol F8. This is going to be txt number 2, and I'm going to get I'm going to get the keyframe of the txt2, and I'm going to put it maybe somewhere here, and I'm going to create a new keyframe, and I will go to the initial keyframe. I'm going to put this down like so, and I'm going to make the alpha opacity to be 0, and I'm going to create classic twin, and I can go with some kind of easing. So I will click on this. These easings are optionals, but yeah, and I will go with easy out. So right now this is going to start like quickly, and it is going to slow down. So basically I'm just going to have the delivery text which is going to go away and 24 hours which is going to come in, like so. And right now if I go with Control Enter, Command Enter, this is what we are going to have. So we are going to have like text delivery, and then it is going to change to 24 hours. You could play with more text or anything, but yeah. So yeah, basically this is it. This is all. If anyone have been here until this point, you can write me that in the comments. That would mean a lot to me. And as I told you at the beginning, in this tutorial, I am not going to show you how you can prepare this banner for the Google Ads. I have a tutorial about this, and I'm going to put a link in the description. But at least I will show you how you can export this. So I am going to, first of all, save this, Control S, Command S, and I will go to the place where I want to have this. So I'm going to create new folder which I am going to call to be animate, and I will go inside and I am going to call this to be delivery, and I am going to click save. And right now if I go to that place, I am going to have my animate file and some recover animate file, but they are the same. But as soon as I go with Control Enter, Command Enter to see this in the browser, once I have saved this, it is automatically going to publish me some JavaScript and some HTML. I am going to delete this, and what I'm going to do is I will go to the file, I will go to the publish settings, and I'm going to choose the publish destination. So I'm going to click this, select publish destination, and I'm going to choose the place where I want to have this. So I will go to the same place where I have my animate file, and I'm going to create new folder which I'm going to call index. You can call it as you want, and I will go inside and I can call this to be delivery.js or index.js. I will click save, OK, file, and publish. And right now, basically, I am going to have this JavaScript and this HTML. And if I double click on this HTML, I am going to have the animation like so. If I would have this in the file, in the publish setting as a texture, I would have additional folder which would be images, because the texture is going to convert vectors to the PNGs, but I showed you that I would like to have this as a sprite sheet. And then what you would do is you would like go to the index folder, you would right click, go with send to, and compress the zip folder, and this is what you would send to the client. But there are additional steps how to prepare this for the Google Ads. So yeah, as I told you, I have the tutorial, and I'm going to put a link in the description. So yeah, this is it. This is all. I hope that you have learned something. I hope that you will be able to use this in your projects. And yeah, thank you very much. Have a nice day and goodbye.